Today on Softdeller Tech Briefs, we're comparing two of the most common software team models, dedicated teams and extended teams, so you can choose the approach that best fits your project, timeline, and business goals. There was a time when software development was an endeavor undertaken mainly by big companies with big budgets. In today's digitally focused world, businesses of all sizes and with varying levels of resources are embarking on development initiatives to further their growth and sustainability. When developing these projects, business owners and executives must decide on their approach to actualize them. There are multiple options, but the models expressly favored by digital and non-digital enterprises are the dedicated and extended team models. Though similar in some aspects, the distinction between these two modes of hiring software teams goes beyond their phraseology alone. Each offers distinct benefits tailored to different project needs and organizational goals. A choice between either could significantly impact your project's efficiency, speed, and overall success. As the tech landscape continues to grow in areas like AI, IoT, cloud computing, and cybersecurity, demand for flexible development team models looks set to keep rising. The broader market for IT outsourcing underscores the importance of both development methods in creating software applications. Today, we'll explore the dedicated and extended team development models, their importance, benefits, drawbacks, and business viability. We'll also look at how these models differ and some use cases where each can best be applied. What is the dedicated software team model? The basic premise behind the dedicated software team model is to hire a remote team of professionals from a third-party outsourcing company. The development company assembles a competent team on your behalf that comprises all specializations needed to bring your project to life. This holistic team then works exclusively on developing your software project in line with your business goals and company recommendations, hence the term dedicated. What is the extended team model? The extended team model is also known as staff or team augmentation. It bears similarity to the dedicated team model in that you source developers from another firm. Yet it differs because these extended development teams only work temporarily on your project, typically to fill skill gaps and boost capacity for time-specific projects. Understanding the dedicated team model. The dedicated team model goes beyond a mere approach to outsourcing. It is a collaboration characterized by close integration between the client and a group of IT professionals chosen specifically for them. These software development teams become more than just people who work on your project. They become representatives of your organization and completely share its ideas and aspirations. Right from the start, they are focused on completing your project successfully, and every line of code written or design made reflects this commitment. The dedicated development team model is all about concentration and involvement. Unlike other software development methodologies where developers may be involved in several concurrent projects, dedicated teams focus on your project alone. This ensures consistency, high standards, and alignment that can hardly be achieved when using other less integrated strategies. They will be your team in every sense imaginable. They absorb your corporate culture, follow your workflows, and are motivated by company objectives just as if they were located at your premises. Some of the key advantages of the dedicated team model include unrivaled expertise. Imagine a team with all its members being specialists ideally suited to your project's requirements. Whether you need a top software developer, a UX designer, a data analyst, or a tenacious project manager, this model ensures that your project is tackled by experts who bring skill and passion. There's also seamless collaboration. Dedicated software development teams don't just work for you, they work with you. This model establishes everyday interaction and collaboration, which results in synergy and cohesive output. The team is engaged in your planning sessions, brainstorming meetings, and decision-making processes, so they're always in line with you. And dynamic scalability. One of the most important benefits of a dedicated team is the ability to scale dynamically. As your project changes, so can your team. Need new team members to accommodate a larger workload? Not a problem. Want to downscale after an important milestone? It's simple. This scalability ensures that your resources align with your current needs, saving you from needless expenses while pursuing efficiency. For all the benefits a dedicated development team structure gives you, some drawbacks are worth considering carefully before settling on this model. Dedicated teams tend to be more expensive. Unlimited commitment comes with a price. The dedicated team model is more costly because you are paying salaries, benefits, and quite probably infrastructure for a development team who will work on your project alone. This is a large investment, but usually well worth it for long-term engagements. There are also dependence risks. The strength of a relationship with a dedicated team is a two-edged sword. On one side, it ensures deep collaboration and commitment. On the other, overdependence might leave you vulnerable if a key team member departs or if there's disruption in the partnership. Sometimes this reliance can be a risk for a small, dedicated group. And onboarding time. Integrating any new team with your existing ways of working takes time. From onboarding to getting them up to speed with your project specifics, progress may slow down initially. This upfront investment of time could be a drawback when quick results are needed. Does your business need this type of model? The dedicated development team model is not designed for all companies. It's made to suit those working on complex software development projects that need ongoing attention and precise execution over the long term. If your project requires concentration and active cooperation between different parties, and you're ready to invest in a group that will feel part and parcel of your organization, then this could be just right. Nonetheless, consider whether having a team fully immersed in your vision outweighs the disadvantages in terms of cost or possible over-reliance. Understanding the extended team model. The extended team model, also known as staff augmentation, can scale your in-house team with external expertise in a way that is both flexible and responsive to change. It becomes more advantageous when projects require certain skills or additional capacity for only a short time. Instead of making permanent appointments, the extended team model permits you to bring in the right talents whenever necessary, smoothly embedding external professionals within existing workflows. The crux of the extended development team model lies in its flexibility and precision. It is meant to support your in-house teams by filling skill gaps or adding more manpower. Unlike dedicated development teams that work exclusively on one project, these units work hand-in-hand with the client's in-house team, providing necessary assistance at different points of their activities. If you face tight deadlines and skill shortages, or want to extend your development capacity for short-term reasons, this system offers a quick fix without long-term strings attached. On advantages, the biggest benefit of the extended team model is cost-effective scalability. You only pay for the required talent when required, avoiding overheads of full-time hire. This model lets you scale up or ramp down your team quickly in response to project demands, so you always have the right resources at the right time. You also gain access to specialized skills. The extended team model opens up a global talent pool, giving you access to experts who might not be available locally. This is particularly useful for projects that require very niche skills or cutting-edge technologies, which can sometimes be quite difficult to find in-house. And smooth integration. An extended software development team is formed to integrate seamlessly with your internal team. They work hand-in-hand with your existing team, following your processes and adopting your workflows, which keeps disruption to a minimum and accelerates project timelines. The model fits perfectly for businesses intended to raise the bar without the hassles of managing entirely separate resources. The disadvantages of extended teams matter too. While extended development teams are meant to integrate seamlessly, they might sometimes face communication problems, particularly if outsourced remotely or in different time zones. It takes a well-thought-out communication strategy and regular check-ins to make sure the extended team stays on the same page as your in-house development team. There's also limited long-term commitment. The temporary nature of extended teams cuts both ways. As much as it provides flexibility, it may also mean a lack of continuity and long-term commitment to the project. This could be a problem if your project requires sustained effort over a long period, because you may find yourself re-onboarding new team members just as old ones roll off, and risk of dependency on external providers. Heavy reliance on development team extension may create risk if the external provider develops problems, such as resource shortage or priority changes. Contingency planning should be considered to minimize potential disruptions to your project's success. Is the extended model right for your business? Businesses that need flexibility and specialized skills but do not want to hire full-time employees can use the extended team model. This is especially useful for projects that are temporary or during periods of rapid expansion when certain areas may be outside the scope of knowledge possessed by their own employees. However, if your project requires long-term commitment and consistent performance over time, think twice about whether the team extension approach aligns with what you want from them. The differences between dedicated and extended teams. Let's compare how these models differ across several dimensions. On applications, dedicated teams are perfect for long-term projects that require a crew that is totally committed. Extended teams are ideal for momentarily boosting the capabilities of the current team or for particular initiatives. On popularity, dedicated teams are frequently selected by businesses looking for total control over resources and procedures. Extended teams are favored by companies looking to add specialized talents to their current workforce. On cost efficiency, dedicated teams are cost-effective for extended projects because the entire team is committed. Extended teams are economical for quick projects or instances where specialized knowledge is required for a limited time. On communication, with dedicated teams, you communicate with the team directly and on a regular basis. With extended teams, communication can be more complex because of integration with the existing team. On flexibility, dedicated teams have restricted flexibility because the group is working on a single project exclusively. Extended teams offer high adaptability and the capacity to swiftly modify resources as necessary. On security, dedicated teams offer high security. You are in charge of the team's adherence to security guidelines and procedures. Extended teams offer moderate security. You can control some security procedures, but the team provider also has responsibilities. On infrastructure, dedicated teams usually have infrastructure supplied by the employer or outsourcing business. Extended teams may share infrastructure between the core and extended teams. When to hire a dedicated development team? The choice between a dedicated development team and an extended development team depends a lot on project specifics and context. Here are some practical scenarios when each model is more applicable. For large, long-term projects, consider hiring dedicated development teams. Complex, large-scale projects require continuous support and improvement over a long period. Creating a custom enterprise software solution with multiple modules that need to be integrated over time would benefit from having a team that can deeply understand your business and stay engaged throughout. This guarantees that the same group of experts consistently works on the same project, so there's better flow and a more polished output. For projects requiring high security and confidentiality, dedicated teams offer necessary control and reliability. In sectors such as finance, healthcare, or defense where security is key, with the team being solely devoted to your project, you can impose strict security measures and ensure that sensitive data is handled appropriately, reducing chances for issues that can arise when different clients' projects are managed by one team. For startups building core products, a dedicated team enables close work with developers. The exclusive unit will be fully integrated into the startup's culture and will shape the product with an understanding of what the founders want to achieve. This coherence is necessary for launching disruptive innovation. When to hire an extended development team? For covering temporary skill gaps, extended teams can be the right fit. Suppose your in-house team is capable but needs more experience in a certain technology for a particular project. Bringing specialists on board for a short time through development team extension can be beneficial. If your team needs a data scientist for a machine learning project that will last a few weeks, adding a data expert from outside seems logical. For managing peak workloads, during high-demand periods such as launching new products or meeting critical deadlines, the workload may overwhelm your current staff. Bringing in extra help on a short-term basis through extended development teams can help manage this situation without the need to hire full-time employees. This approach requires minimal resource investment and is useful when you need to accelerate development timelines. For short-term projects or one-time tasks, extended teams provide the perfect solution. You get the expertise you need without the long-term commitment, making it ideal for seasonal projects, proof-of-concept development, or specific feature implementations. What are the other options? Beyond dedicated and extended teams, there are other outsourcing models to consider. Project-based outsourcing involves complete project delivery where the vendor handles everything from start to finish. Managed services provide ongoing IT services managed by external providers with defined service levels. And hybrid models combine different approaches to create custom solutions for complex needs. Closing takeaway. If you wish for your software development projects to succeed, you can't afford to select an outsourcing model that doesn't fit well. The decision should reflect your project's peculiarities and business goals. Whether it's a dedicated development team for close cooperation over extended periods, the extended model to augment talents across functions, or even exploring options such as project-based outsourcing or managed service providers. In any case, there are pros and cons for each of these models that make it necessary to thoroughly assess what exactly you require before settling on one. The right choice depends on project duration, security needs, flexibility requirements, and how deeply you need external developers integrated into your organization. If you'd like to learn more about software development, AI, cloud, data engineering, and digital transformation, visit us at softeller.com.